Okay. So now Radhika is on her bed in Javat. And outside, the sun is just starting to rise over the horizon. And the golden rays of the sun are kissing the hilltops, and therefore the color of anurag, or pinkish red, is permeating the land. And so it's a very sweet time in Vrindavan. So then all the Sakhis and Manjaris are with Radhika, all her friends, and they begin to prepare various services for when Radhika wakes, bathes, dresses, and in the meantime they're cleaning her house, her room, the courtyard. So in this verse, Rati Manjari is instructed by Rupa Manjari to go and clean the courtyard and clean the drain. She has so much love for Radhika that she prays, let me even have this very menial service. As your love develops more and more, you become more and more humble. If someone is very proud, it means they're not progressing in bhakti. They're going away from pure love. Pride, the only pride we want is the pride of being the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. We want this kind of abhiman. But we shouldn't have any false ego of being so great and puffed up. As our love develops, in the highest state of love, Radhika says, I don't even have a scent of love for Krishna. Mahaprabhu in Prem said, I don't even have a scent of love for Krishna. The prema gandosti. I don't even have a scent, ganda of Prem. Ganda is scent. So Rupa has told Rati to clean, and she has so much love. If you tell someone to clean the drains, they'll clean. But we don't find people taking out their long hair and using them as like a scrubber to clean the drain and then to dry it. But Rati has so much love and so much humility. She thinks, oh Radhe, when will I be able to? She is doing it. Rati Manjari is doing this service. And Raghunath in his external sense is praying, oh Radhe, when will I be able to clean your drain with my hair and dry it with my hair? And then I will give fragrances and scents. So as this is going on, Mukada, who is Radhika's grandma, she arrives from Barshana. Every morning she comes to see Srimati Radhika. She has so much love for her dear granddaughter, Srimati Radhika. Brishabhanu Maharaj and Kirtida do not come every day to Javat. But Mukada, Radhika's grandma, every day she comes to see her beloved granddaughter. So she comes and she enters the house. As she's entering the room, she's speaking with Jatila. She says, Jatila, Radhika is not awake yet. Now the sun is rising. The day is upon us. There are many household duties to be performed. And Radhika needs to prepare for worshipping the sun. But why is she not woken yet? You have not taught her any proper etiquette. So as she's speaking like this, she's entering the room. Now Jatila is a little bit behind. She's somewhat shy to enter Radhika's room. She's waiting a bit back. But Mukada, it is her granddaughter. She kept Radhika in her arms when she was just a baby. So she has no shyness with Radhika. Jatila will have some shyness. We see, like, if you go into a teenager's room, they'll have signs, do not enter. You're not welcome. Enter at your own risk. So Jatila she's somewhat shy to enter Radhika's room. But Mukada is her grandma. She's shown shyness. So she immediately enters the room. And she sees all the Sakhis are present, the Manjaris are present, and Radhika is in her bed. So she says, oh Nati, Nati means granddaughter. Why are you still sleeping? Don't you know it's daytime now, the sun has risen. Your husband is returning from milking the cows. You need to prepare so many things. You should get up, quickly get up. So as she says this, Mukada comes closer to the bed to see her beloved Radhika. And Radhika is still in the Antardasya where she is senseless. She is still not awaking. She is just starting to wake as she hears Mukada come. So then Mukada looks at Radhika where she is sleeping and she sees something strange. She says to Lalita, And Vishaka, oh, what is this? What is this Pitambar? Yesterday I saw this Pitambar on Krishna. Because she has equal love for Krishna. So every day after going to Javat, she goes to Nanda Bhavan and sees Krishna. We'll hear this pastime going forward, how she goes to Nanda Bhavan next. She was the close friend of Yashoda's mother. So she is, right? So she is Radhika's grandma, and she is very close friends with Yashoda's mother. When Yashoda was a baby, she would nurse her. So you can imagine how sweet their relationship is. So just as Kirtida, Radhika's mother, and Krishna's mother Yashoda have close friendship, Kirtida, her mother, Radhika's grandmother, and Yashoda's mother have close friendship. And that's why she every day goes to see Yashoda and Krishna. She would nurse Yashoda when she was a baby. So that's how close their friendship was. You can imagine, the Yashoda's mother and her were so close that Yashoda's mother would give her baby, Yashoda, to Murkada to breastfeed. So she says, every day, Krishna, I saw this on Krishna. Why is Radhika wearing this pitambar? And immediately the Sakis go into damage control. Lalita Vishaka, immediately they're very smart, they're very expert. So without missing a beat, because if you people can tell how you speak if you're being truthful or not. So one of the arts, of the 64 arts that the Sakis are expert at, is how to speak in an expert way to make someone believe anything. In this verse we learned, I don't know if we learned this one, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabi Stabhyari Eva Nija Rupataya Kalabi. Kalabi means expertise in all forms of arts. So this gopis and Radhika have expertise in all kinds of 64 arts. So immediately Lalita says, O Mukada. She speaks in a somewhat strong way, but also without making any disrespect, because Mukada is very senior. Says, O Mukada, now perhaps your eyesight is failing you because you are very old now. So your eyesight is very weak. And therefore you see this to be yellow. But actually, can't you see, just look this way, in the ventilator, the window coming into Radhika's house, the different windows in her room, the sun is starting to stream through. And the bright yellow light of the sun has come onto Radhika's bed. And by your mistaken perception, you are seeing her blue shawl, Anchal, to be yellow. And as Mukada looks towards the window where the sun is streaming forth, they had already prepared, as Lalita distracted her, immediately, or I think Vishaka was talking to her, immediately another Saki suddenly took the blue shawl and quickly changed it in a moment. Like magicians. Magicians, they have sleight of hand. So as they pull your attention here, you miss what's going on the other side. So as Mukada just looks for a second to see the yellow light coming in, instantly they switch. And then Lalita goes over and closes the blinds. Like when you have a window, you have these, in the West especially you have them. Here you don't have them so much. Like blinds that you can open and close with many slits. So they immediately close all the blinds in the windows, and they say, just look, Mukada. Now that we've closed the blinds and the sun isn't coming through, just look now. And so Mukada looks again and sees, oh, it's blue. And so she becomes shy. And Lalita says, oh, perhaps you're remembering your youth, when you would have such exploits. She says in a subtle way, oh, perhaps you're remembering when you were a child, when you were young, like a teenager, like Kishori. You're remembering your exploits. But don't think your granddaughter is like this. She is of perfect character. And because you're always thinking of Krishna, you're seeing that she is wearing Krishna's pitambar. So Mukada becomes very shy. At that time, Radhika wakes up, and Mukada embraces Radhika and meets with Radhika for some minutes. And then she goes outside. And then from there she returns. She goes to Nanda Bhavan and meets with Krishna. So Gurudev describes this sweet pastime. He gives more details about Mukada's coming also. Then after Mukhala leaves, then Radhika's friend Shyamala comes. Shyamala is one of Radhika's close friends. Of the 4 kinds of gopis, Swapaksha, Tatashta, Suhrit, and Vipaksha. Swapaksha is Radhika's own intimate group. The Astasakis, the Nityasakis, Pran Sakis, Prestasakis, Priyasakis, the Manjaris. Then the Suhrit group is those who are her close friends. They are not subordinate to her, they are peers, and they have relation with Krishna also, but they're not rivals, they're friendly, they're allies. Then there's Tatashta, who are neutral, and Vipaksha, those who are opposed, those who are the rivals to Radhika. So Shyamala comes, and there are many sweet pastimes with Shyamala. Gurudev actually explains this in the next verse. So as the sadhaka is doing bhajan, Gurudev makes the point that we should gradually try to become internal, not so much externally oriented. Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada says that we should give our due honor and respect to those who are what he calls the extroverts of the world, those who are always concerned with the external world and very always out there in the society. But we should try to cultivate the mood of being introverted, introspective, looking within, and entering into internal bhajan. And when we enter into internal bhajan, then throughout the 8 parts of the day, naturally our mind will be absorbed in the eightfold pastimes of Radha Krishna. In the morning time, we'll remember the morning pastimes. In the midday, we'll remember the pastimes of Radhika in the midday. Especially if we are in the mood of serving Radhika, then we'll remember the pastimes and services that we can perform to Srimati Radhika. This is called Raganuga Bhajan. That we remember how the Ragatmika, the eternal associates, are serving, and we pray to them that one day may I also get a chance to serve under your guidance. This is Raganuga Bhajan. Tad Anuragi Jananugami, following the footsteps of the Ragatmika Jan, and also the Anuragi Bhaktas in this world. Then we perform sadhan bhajan like this. So as Das Goswami is remembering this pastime, he remembers how he got the instruction to go clean the drains. And so with great enthusiasm, he begins to clean the courtyard, clean the room, and clean the drain of Radhika, make it fragrant with different scented oils and incense, pure water, like rose water and things like that. And as he is doing this, it's described that he's remembering this, and sometimes he's going internal, and then sometimes he's coming back into his external awareness, external sense. So he's going like this, back and forth. And when the scene vanishes, again he comes into his external awareness that I am Raghunath. And it's like he has lost a touchstone, and he begins to roll on the ground and lament. So we pray that when can we also enter this internal land? This land is within. This is Aprakrit Dham. Mahaprabhu says, Anyer Hridoy Man Mor Man Vrindavan. Other people's hearts and minds are absorbed in so many materialistic things. They are like a reflection of their external environment, their personality, their perceptions. My heart is synonymous with Vrindavan. So we pray, let my heart be Vrindavan, and may all the pastimes of Radha Krishna incessantly be enacted within my heart. And then we can only be present in those pastimes in our appropriate spiritual form. So we meditate. Raghunatha Mahaprabhu would pray, Nija Siddha Deha Koriya Bhavan Rati Dina Chinte Radha Krishna Smaran. That we pray that day and night, when can I be absorbed in Radha Krishna's pastimes? Day and night, when can I be in Braj serving? So this is this verse. Tomorrow we'll go over a few more verses. I want to tell a few quick stories.